welcome to Vlogtober Day 8, Vedo Day 8. It's happening, we need to define what we're calling this. So today's video is a direct video response to Tom Scorpio, who's, well, I would say latest, but you make so much content, like, can you stop for a minute please, thanks. This is a response to his video called Has Love or Still Meaning? First off, I think maybe you need to a little bit of educating here. Firstly, the three types of love you talked about. Firstly, sexual love, not love, absolutely called lust. That's what it is. It's lust. It's not love, it's lust. Please get this in your head. Second kind of love, friendship love, or, family love. It's called platonic love. It means not sexual love. Free love, like soulmate love. Is that the love we're talking about? Because they're completely different. I need to get it in your head, please, thanks. So the first thought that sprang to mind when you mention the subject of love for me is that I always want the word love to be used more, but also less. Because I want people to be conveying so much passion that they love something, I love the degree course they're doing, I love the sandwich, I love everything that's happening. But obviously, if you're overusing love, then it is going to lose its power. Just like if you swear a lot or you use the word passionate a lot, you start to be less passionate about the thing. But then I want it to be used less, because when you use a word less, it builds up that power again, and you can go, I love you, and it means so much more when you feel it in the heart with the feels. I have quite a lot of opinions on the subject of using the phrase love, especially when it's out of context. I've had messages before that spring straight away and say, I've loved you from this. And it's hard because I believe in this thing. It's not quite love at first sight. I think it's the thing that people refer to as love at first sight, but it's this connection. It's this, you don't even have to speak to the person, you see them and go, this is going to be something. But you might not even realise it at the time. And that's, I think, what we use the phrase love at first sight to describe. Tom brought many opinions up in this video. One of them is the subject of kisses after messages. I'm in complete agreement. Please stop. Maximum of like 4 kisses, unless it's like, I love you and we're going to be forever, kiss, 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 kiss. Stop. 4 kisses, like, as a maximum. Like, use every one of those kisses for power. Like, kiss, kiss, kiss. Are you just full on making out? Maybe you should just write that. Just write, make out, make out, make out. Because you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't be like, gonna make a sandwich and then snog their face off. Like, what do you do in conversation? The thing that Tom said was that he thinks that love has changed. And I don't think love itself has changed, actually. But it has in a way, but also it hasn't, of course. The way that we act on love and the way we perceive love has changed. I feel like sometimes love is something that we should be embarrassed about, and I want to stop that. You have Stop Kisses 2K15. I have Stop Being Proud of Your Feelings 2K15. Because you're allowed to have feelings, you can acknowledge your feelings, and you can use them whatever way you want if it's not to hurt people. I think acknowledging people's feelings, and that is so important. We shouldn't be shaming people for liking people. We should get rid of this whole, oh no, they're not good enough for me kind of mentality. Love is this connection between two people. It doesn't matter what background, what class, what race, well, it does matter what sexuality, but like pan and bi, it doesn't matter. It's about the two individuals coming together because they have a connection and they may fall in love. I think there's 2 ways that love is perceived. Either that your actions can influence what happens and you completely have control, no set path, no path is set for you already, but there is also this person is meant for you, everything, there is a timeline for your life, and at this point you're going to meet them, at this point you're going to date them, at this point you're going to marry them. The second way is the way I perceive it. I perceive it as everything I'm doing now is making me into this person that will eventually collide. It's 2 timelines that may collide before and then they may parallel alongside each other. This makes no sense, but the timeline method is something I think my brain comes up with, and it's about 2 timelines colliding together and then carrying along as parallel because they're in love. But this may happen for a while and it goes all wibbly. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but it's quite a cute idea to think about. So in conclusion, I have to say that of course love is changing. But the type of love you're not speaking about, they're completely different things. You have to remember that. And you have to remember that the love that you really know as love rather than platonic love or lust or sexual love as you called it. The actual love when you see someone and you have this connection, you have this spark, you have this growth of personality, this beautiful thing where you can spend hours just chatting to each other, you can look into their eyes and see an entire universe. That love will never be gone and should never be diluted to an I love you that is confusing. It should never be diluted to something that's said so regularly. We need to build up the power of the actual word love and make sure it continues holding that value. You can have these strong feelings for things, but we need to expand our vocabulary, you know, we get to enjoy these things, we like these things, we really like these things, we find these things thrilling. We don't always have to love, because love is something so special, and we need to remember that. But this pure sense of love, we must never let go of, and we must never be ashamed of feeling, because it's beautiful. Some people don't really know when they're in love, but I think when you have been in love, you just know. And I think I might be one of those people, if I'm lucky enough to have been in love or to be in love. It's a beautiful feeling, and I never wish to be ashamed of it. So that's the video. It has been Vedo Vlogtober Day 8. I hope you have enjoyed it and that you'll stick around for the rest of the month.